Hello, my lovelies, and thank you so much for joining me either here live in the stream or if you're watching the playback. You are more than welcome to be here. Truly appreciate it. And we're going to do our weekly reading for our zodiac sign. So this is for your sun, moon, and rising, and this is for the week of August the 27th clear through September 2nd. So, and as you see, I've got a different deck for us to use this week. My ancestors called for the Enchanted Map. This deck does take reversals, however, I've been instructed by my ancestors not to take reversals from this deck, so if a card does come out in the reverse, I will be turning it into the upright position. Just please note that as we move along. Also, this is one of my newer Oracle decks. In fact, I got this the same time I got the Wisdom of the Oracle, and I feel like I've kind of cheated on this deck with the Wisdom of the Oracle because I've kind of neglected this particular deck. Is that bad of me to say, hey, I've cheated on a Colette Baron Reid deck with another Colette Baron Reid deck? I mean, if so, if that's the way it is, by all means, let me know in the comment section or in the chat. If that qualifies as cheating on a deck with another deck. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump in here. So this will be Aries. We'll do Aries first. Sun, Moon, and Rising. For the week of August 27th through September 2nd. Woo! Okay, we have Stormfield, Dragon Slayer, Flying, and Details. Okay. Huh. Sometimes in order to accomplish things, you gotta do something new, something different, something off the wall. Sometimes you really have to muster up your courage and be like, screw it. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna do this. And it may sound ludicrous to other people, but it's interesting what happens after you decide to do something completely out of character, completely different. And it's great because with something bold, with something new, with mustering up your courage to try something else, you get to where you catch the details you missed the first time around, basically. So if you feel like things have been a little chaotic and in your way, trying something different will actually clear the way, because it's like looking at the same picture and then all of a sudden looking at it upside down. Well, when you do that, you look at it from a completely new angle and you see things in a new light, in a new fashion. You catch the details and things that you missed before. So for this week, for Aries placements, this is actually really positive. Gaining a new viewpoint. Oh, okay. They're actually pointing out our number here on this card. This card is number 43. That might be significant to some people. Perhaps you'll go to a new place and the door, the suite number you need is number 43. For those that are dealing with legal documents, perhaps what this is you reshift everything, reorganize it. And the most thing of note for changes or importance is actually on page 43. So please take that number as it resonates. It's not going to apply to everybody, but they just wanted me to point 43 out. So we're going to move right along to Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, we have Golden Palace, Stuck in the Mud, Metamorphosis, Deep Freeze, and Home. Okay, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You might need to realize that sometimes the best way to get what you want, especially in areas of needed change or desired change, is to actually slow down and ignore it. To literally drop it and walk away from it. Because if you're constantly focused on something, it's like trying to stare at a wall in hopes that the longer you stare at it, the paint on the wall that you just painted will dry. It's not going to dry any faster with you staring at it. It's not going to do diddly squat. But if you have a desired result, if you have something that you're hopeful for, what you're trying to create, literally just stating it, having that desire, holding that desire, but not moving forward on it, not taking the constant focus all the time of kind of reordering what you would like, and just slowing down and focusing on something else will bring more change. But you got to get your mind off of it. You got to put your focus elsewhere and just be comfortable with where you're at. There's a certain amount of divine timing and things being orchestrated, and change on certain levels won't happen if you're constantly be like, now, we need it now. Instead, focus on something else. Sit back, relax, and be comfortable with where you're at in the moment. Eventually, the change you're wanting, the desire that you are hopeful for, will come to fruition. Deep Freeze says that. It's just there's a certain time for that to happen. Just like seeds that fall from flowers in the fall will get covered in snow and be frozen. And as things warm up in spring, they start to sprout roots and grow. So I'm sorry if you wanted like instant gratification this week. Sometimes change takes time and effort. In this case, it doesn't really seem to take too much effort. They're actually wanting you to slow down and not focus so much. But it does take time. And that's basically all you need at this point, is just time. Time to let it be. Time to focus elsewhere. Time to just accept with where you're at in the moment and be okay with it. Alright, and that leaves us with Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Next. We have spark, peaks of joy, there it is, and mountain. Okay. Interesting for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising this week. Spark, peaks of joy, mountain. You might feel a little unmotivated, uninspired. What I mean by that is it may be normally easy for you to be creative, to have ideas, to enjoy yourself, have that zeal and zest for life. However, this week, that normal state of being may be a little harder to achieve, a little harder to come by. It may feel like, oh, I usually enjoy this. I usually am happy with this, movie, but for some reason, it's not picking me up this week. It's not giving me those good vibes. It's kind of like the lens is fogged over, as it were. And I have to say it, okay. I have to say this. I apologize, but for those that may be prone to things like depression, this is a week where you might be coming off an extreme high and starting to go to a low. So please be aware of that it might be a little bit more difficult to remain balanced, to be more enthusiastic and at that higher vibration. Now, does that mean that you need to not attempt to embrace spontaneity and joy, happiness, and to not do the things that you do love just because it feels off? No. Keep trying. Simply because, I gotta pick up the card to show you, eventually, if you repeatedly do that, something will break through. Just because something feels a little off and you try something that normally brings you joy and you discover, oh, that didn't feel normal, that didn't feel the same, doesn't mean it's going to be like that for everything or it's going to be like that all the time. No. Doing that repetitively, something will break through. There's still joy and things, creativity, inspiration. It's all out there. You might be a little foggy, a little muddied, and difficult to connect to that energy this week, but that doesn't mean that energy is permanently gone. It will return. So keep trying. Don't give up. Please don't give up. Oh, and I'm going to see if my camera will focus on this. There's actually this violin, there's little shoots of red, and they end in a heart down here. They're actually wanting me to point out the heart. Don't forget to show yourself some compassion, some self-love. This week, that'll help you get through this for, the difficult moments. Like I said, that energy will not permanently stay. It's transitional, and joy will eventually return, break through. Just keep on going. Be kind to yourself, and don't let it totally defeat you. Don't let it get you down. Alright, and that was for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So we're going to move right on to Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Peaks of Joy, Spark. You literally saw me shuffle this deck, and we have the 2 cards coming out, the switch places, and we have the Bone Collector as well. I love this for any Cancer placement. Sadly, I don't have a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, but happiness and positive emotions of any sort literally will self-inspire you to push you forward. Remember, your emotions come from you, what you think, what you feel, not only for your internal world as you're digesting, you know, things from the divine inspiration, communication from your higher self, but also what is in your outward world. And it's great, because with what's around you and what's inside of you, oh my gosh, is astounding this week. It's like you're being lit up, but it's being lit up from within. The Bone Collector is actually from you, or you with the help of, like I said, your higher self, or the divine. So this is internal source. It's coming from you. So instead of being happy and having inspiration from others around you, being lit up with downloads, maybe even an ascension that is a very positive and easy ascension, or maybe even accessing your own Akashic records is probably going to fall underneath this for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Yep, you are your own peace, you are your own joy, your own happiness, your own motivator, your own creator, your own source of inspiration, your own muse. There you go. And they want me to pick up the Bone Collector card, because that, as you can see, we have this woman sitting here, but what's around her head is a light. Like I said, you might experience a positive awakening, you might have downloads, and then there's your higher self and the divine that they're wanting me to point out. So as much as it's coming from you, yes, there is a quality of source, but it's all inside of you. Your internal access is basically in the on switch. You are lit up, but lit up from within. Which is great, because this means if you are a creative person, you're going to have a heck of a week of getting things done, whether, you're a painter, a writer, a content creator, etc. You are going to be on full blast when it comes to just being Johnny on the spot. And I kind of get the feeling of a quick-paced mind. Don't be surprised if you have thousands of ideas trying to just quick fire all over the place in your head this week. It's like a floodgate opening. Lit up within, yeah. The switch is definitely on. Okay, and that was for Cancer. I'm going to move right on to Leo. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. and I will remind everyone that I am only taking the uprights from this deck. I've been instructed to only take the uprights, so this is one of those where I'm going to flip the card around. Okay, Metamorphosis, Deep Freeze, Bone Collector, and Stuck in the Mud. Okay. So, Leo placements. This also includes me, by the way, because I am a Leo rising. Transitions and changes that you would like to make. Feels like in the recent past and currently hasn't really been available, or feels like it's available. The thing of it is, though, is that you do have everything you need. It's very slow going. So you may not actually realize what results you are getting towards the change that you are hoping. And it's because it's so slow and so gradual that you're not seeing all the details. You're not seeing the bigger picture. And because you don't have that solid, definite result from one side to the next, where you started from towards your completed outcome, you think that you're not going anywhere. You feel like you've been shut out. Or even to the point that you might be feeling rejected. And that's not the case. It just means that you've had a period of waiting before certain changes went into effect. However, all the pieces are there. It's just they're not quickly moving. And because of that, the speed at which things are going, your desired speed and the true speed of things, your perspective on the situation is not matching up with reality. So as much as you may feel like you're being roadblocked, that things are never going to change, they are. They are. And it's because of all the pieces moving in the background that you can't see. So if you've got a negative mindset about not being able to transition and complete certain things, you need to let that go this week. And I will try to remember that for myself because I am a Leo rising. That applies to me as well. Alright, we're going to move right along for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Moonlight, Compass. Okay. Virgos. Oofda. Okay, Moonlight, Compass, Cleaning House, Wishing Well. We've officially transformed from Leo season into Virgo season. So this is your season for Virgo placements, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And with that, it seems like this week is the week where you're going to be triggered to use your own organization energy to address the debris, basically. There's certain things that they've been highlighting for you for a while that have come completely to the surface. And you're to the point where, in order to be true to yourself and to navigate very well, certain things have to go. And with that, there's always a windfall afterwards. And what do I mean by that is when you clear things out, there's usually something better to replace it. In this case, wishing well, it's something that you've actually desired. Also, please note that if you've been trying to manifest something and it seems very stubborn energy, won't show up, sometimes you have to clear some things out for it to snap in place for you to get it. It's just like those that wish for, a good outcome when they've just signed a business deal will go out and plant a tree. They've cleared the gunky, energetic air by giving back to nature. So in a, world where we are normally in a concrete jungle, giving back to the earth and minimizing the carbon footprint of humans, clearing the air, literally, allows them to have more abundance come in as a result. So they get that stroke of luck and payback. This is a week where you could potentially have that. Huh. Alright, Libra. It's your turn. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, that's interesting. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have sad embrace, coming apart, come together. Okay. You may not be the most happiest person this week. And it's simply because things are going to get worse before they get better. There's no way to sugarcoat that. Sometimes you have to lose in order to win. And that, yes, that means you have to break down, fall apart, and put yourself back together again. This also means that there's certain times in life where we really have to disconnect to things that we don't need in our lives, whether that is people, circumstances, bad habits. That way, when we're dead, done, and over with that type of thing, we can connect to the things we do need, to the people we need, to the opportunities we need. So you might feel like you're struggling this week, simply because things feel like they're spiraling out of control. They're going downhill. And I get the feeling that a lot of you might feel like you're a little bit of a loser. However, that doesn't mean that you've lost in life. This is temporary. And this Come Together card says there is more for you to attach yourself, to gain, to connect with, to hope for. It's just, while things are going downhill, while they're coming apart, you can't see that. You can't see that silver lining. You can't see what's waiting on the other side. It's like being a blind person in a downpour, not able to see the sun, to realize that there's a rainbow off in the distance. So be aware of narrowing your perspective and getting down on yourself to sit in that negative pitfall of energy and getting stuck there. Your ego will try and keep you stuck here. Try not to do that. Realize that things will get better. There's more things for you. There's more opportunities for you. There's something better that will take its place. But sometimes we have to have a tower moment. Literally. We have to dismantle everything. That's what this coming apart card is. And no, some of those are painful as heck. Sorry, but, you know, tower moments can't all be hunky-dory. They can't be easy-peasy. And this one is not. Alright. And we're going to move right along to Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And as always, I'm interested in this placement simply because I'm a Scorpio Sun. Well, that was quick. I did shuffle this. You saw that. I even cut the deck. Wow. Okay. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have come together. Metamorphosis. Bone Collector. Okay. All right. So for Scorpio placements, either we've come to the correct juncture in our life to where we are self-stimulating change. In other words, we're to that point where we're like, okay, it's time to shed another layer of skin. We've outgrown our circumstances, our situation, and we're just gonna, you know, do what we do best and do the life, death, rebirth thing and create a new space for ourselves. To shed that layer of skin and to expand, to grow, to evolve. And you're doing this consciously. You're just doing it all on your own. And of course, as a Scorpio Sun, this is very much an us thing. However, there's a secondary energy here. And what's fantastic is because this kind of feels like I'm in this group. For some of us, this week is a time for us to come together with others, whether that is a soulmate, a friend, family. And these are people that either are already in our lives or coming into our lives as new people that inspire us to be a better version of ourselves. They literally create change within us. And it's because they stimulate our mind, our heart, our soul, our inner world. They want us to be and do better, and we feel that. That said, please pay attention to those that are soul tribe, soulmates, or even new people that come into your life. You might have a couple people show up that are divinely guided to help evolve you. Show up this week. So if you have a person that shows up and it's like you knew them your entire life, your new best friend, pay attention to that. Chances are they might be one of these people. Perhaps they're a soul tribe member. Perhaps they're a soulmate. Perhaps they're just somebody that you had in a previous life that is meant to show up at this particular juncture to create a change within you, to trigger something. A certain stimulus, let's put it that way. That's interesting. Alright, and with that we're going to move right on to Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, all over the place. Coming to life, Into the Unknown, One Ring Circus, and Goblins. Oofta, okay. Sags, what the heck? New ideas, new people, new places, uncharted territory for Sags. Oh my gosh. However, you're fully capable of doing what you need to do. Despite uncharted territory, you've got everything under control. Actually, kind of see the One Ring Circus as the Emperor from this deck. Let me know if you agree or disagree on that. However, with that comes naysayers. That comes also with self-doubt and negative self-talk. So, all my lovely Sags out there may be doubting their own capabilities. You might be selling yourself very short this week. What do I mean by that? For example, perhaps your boss approaches you for a new job role. And that's something you don't have experience in. Quite literally. So it would be all new, completely brand new. And you do have the talent, the capabilities, the intelligence to handle it. And your boss knows this. However, the little voice inside your head says, oh my God, we are so going to fail at this and everyone's going to laugh at us. Why are they choosing me when there's other people here who have been here longer that would probably do a better job than me without falling on their face? That right there is a goblin. That is the negative self-talk. And don't be surprised if this is from somebody else, if it's gossip around the office. Or if it's, oh, you have this idea and you decide to start a business. Uncharted territory for you. You've got it handled. You're fully capable of seeing it through to the end. But your family over here has decided, oh, well, you'll never succeed at that. And that's their negative self-talk projecting on you. So gossip, naysayers, negative self-talk. This is what you're dealing with this week. So sorry. But you got it. You got it. So don't let it get to you. Remember, you are fully competent. You are capable. Don't sell yourself short. Alright, and we're going to move right along to Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Whoa, okay. We have Slow and Steady, Spirit of Place, and Moonlight. Because this is my moon placement, I find this interesting for me personally. Just FYI. Okay. Remember that old cliche saying of stop and smell the roses? Yeah, you're going to have to slow down and be in the here and now and realize what's going on around you, because things are going to start showing up. What do I mean by that? You might have an epiphany, but you're going to have to slow down and stop being on the go. Stop being so productive. Stop being so laser-like focused somewhere else that you just chill, relax, breathe, and enjoy the moment and look around you. Literally look around you. Perhaps there are signs and synchronicities available for you that are being revealed, but if you don't slow down, you're going to blow right by them. Things that are important for you to see are going to start showing up this week. However, if you are too busy, too focused on the future, too much with your nose in a book, to be, that tunnel vision focus on something else, it'll probably go right over your head. It could literally whiz right past your face and you wouldn't see it. So stop and smell the roses. Take some time to just be. Be where you are. Be in the present moment. Not in the past, not in the future. And really just sit there. Observe. And see what comes up. These could be signs and synchronicities. These could be epiphanies, ideas, things that you didn't have a chance to think of before that are just now being revealed. Like things sliding into place. And all you really needed to do was slow down and just have a moment to breathe and be present for that to show up. That's fantastic. I love it when I get fun stuff for my placements. Alright, and we're going to do Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Whoa! And that almost flew off the table. Okay, we have Magic Prayer, Rock Bottom. Coming to Life, Stormfields, and Intention. Oof. Okay. Difficult week for Aquarius placements, I gotta tell ya. However, if you are down on your luck, if you are, like it says, rock bottom, if you've struggled and you're wondering if it's worth it to try and dig yourself out of a hole, remember to ask for assistance. Remember to speak what you desire into the world. You have a spirit team. You have the divine that is more than ready to help you, but you have to ask. You have to ask. So when things are difficult and you're struggling and you're running out of steam, a little fed up with it, breathe some life into the chaos and be clear of what you want and where you want to go, and ask for the help. And this is not only just from the divine. If you're like, say, for example, in a work situation and shit has literally hit the fan, find that person that can help you and ask for help. Be clear with what you need, what the problem is, and See what happens. Because you're not going to get help a lot of the times unless you ask for it. Being independent is a thing. Everyone's all in their heads, in their own little worlds, and the world revolves around them. Sometimes people don't notice the struggles of other people. This is the reason why asking for help is so important. Oh my god, I'm getting called out on this one. I don't have a strong Aquarius placement, but I am being nudged. Okay. So, to simplify things, remember to ask for help when you struggle. It doesn't matter if that is in a personal aspect or a career aspect, public image thing, and just shove it aside and be like, look, this is difficult. I don't know what to do. I can't do this by myself. Help me, please. Or if you can't help me, give me a different way to navigate through all the muckety-muck. That way I can do it myself. Or give me the tools I need that'll make it easier. So don't be afraid to ask for help. And we have one last sign to go. This will be for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, okay. We have Field of Dreams, Solitude, Ride the Wave, and Spirit of Place. Interesting. Okay, I know Pisces is often called the dreamer of the zodiac. Hello, my fellow water signs. A lot of people often describe them as an individual with their head in the clouds, field of dreams, often La La Land. However, Pisces are really good about having dreams and entertaining dreams, having an imagination, and not being afraid to utilize it. And this week, that is actually to your benefit, because what you can imagine, what you can dream of, if you slow down and focus on it, you're able to take that energy, that creative energy, those ideas, and channel it into the present. So if you've got an idea that's been circling in your head for a while, this is the week where you can literally take that non-3D idea and ground it into the 3D world. To get it out of your head and get it out on paper, to take an idea from nothing and make it a reality. Which is really great, because if, for example, if you are a writer and you've got all these storyline ideas, this is a week where you literally pick one of those ideas to focus on that idea, and you start rolling with that storyline. You get your storyline, your plot, everything, every last detail, your outline done, and continue filling in the gaps to write that book, to write that novel, to get that screenplay out. Dreams become a reality. And it's not often they do this, but they seem to be on a roll in the last couple weeks. They're actually pointing out the 14 on this card. So perhaps you're seeing 14 or 1414 somewhere. Interesting. And right off the top of my head, I can't remember what 1414 is as an angel number. Please feel free to look that up on your own time. If you happen to see that, it might be important. And we made it all the way through the zodiac. That was for the sun, moon, and rising placements for all the zodiac signs. And if you happen to watch this video and you don't know what all your placements are, there are several websites that are absolutely free that you can get a free natal chart online. All you have to do is go ahead and input your place of birth, time of birth, and date of birth. Then it'll pull up a natal chart. You can get your major placements fairly easily, or pretty close to it if you happen to not know the exact time you were born. And I would also like to remind everyone before I go, I do have my poll for September's deck of the month for my deck Strength versus Weakness series up. That poll will be closing on the 30th of August. So you have 5 days, count them, 5 days left to vote on which deck you would like me to feature for September. So please feel free to go to my community tab and vote for the deck you would like to see most. Alright, my lovelies. I hope this was entertaining for you. Feel free to share the live stream anywhere online. I truly appreciate those that do. It helps the channel to grow. And if you were unable to join me in the live stream itself, thank you so much for watching the playback. I appreciate it, and I love seeing the comments and the likes afterwards. Even if I missed the interaction while it was happening live, I do truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys later.